Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Live at Bird TV. So obviously Manchester United is going to be a huge game tomorrow, and today's results have gone really good for us, with Newcastle getting beat 2-0 by Manchester City and Tottenham getting beat by Wolves. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes for you to all join, and you can get your feelings across, ask me some questions, and we will talk about the biggest game in Liverpool's season. It always has been. I know for the last few years, it's basically been a bit doddle playing Manchester United, really, but the facts remain that the rivals, they're our biggest rivals. Sorry, and basically, this is the first time in 5 years where you could easily say that Liverpool could win it, Man U could win it. Hi Jerry, good evening mate, hope you're well. Yes, Jerry, obviously yourself, any questions regarding Manchester United or what 11 you think we should play? And anybody, can you give me some feedback on what I was saying about James Milner probably starting at right back? Look, I know what everyone's going to say normally and shoot me down and say, well, Trent's got the eye of the needle passing, but I look at Manchester United and I'd say that Rashford is the only real threat for a goal, in terms of where I think if they're going to score, it's going to come from Marcus Rashford. So we need to just nullify him. Now, I'm going to say this first, but can you actually believe that top four is now in our hands? That's how quickly it's turned. And I just want to say something. How quickly some of our fans wrote off these players is an absolute joke. Absolute joke. I mean, Fabinho has been written off, and, I've written off Keita, but Keita's gone now, he's finished. But Fabinho, I said this on the earlier video, Fabinho had probably played more than anybody. I think up with Virgil van Dijk, I think the spine of the team. I think Alisson's different because he's a goalkeeper. But if you look at Virgil van Dijk and you look at Fabinho, sorry for that. Don't know why that's just come on. It's just flash scores. Yeah, so if you look at Alisson, Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk, they're sort of like our spine. They're the ones that have really, apart from Alisson, obviously Van Dijk suffered this season, and Fabinho suffered this season with a massive dip in form. So I just think that Fabinho just needed taking out the team for a little bit, and I think that's what Jurgen's basically done. So so Fabinho looks like he's on a bit of a resurge now, and obviously only been 29 years old. You could probably get another season or two out of Fabinho because he's a fit lad, he's a young lad, he's a youngish man, still 29's nothing really. I mean, Hendo's 3 years older than him and Milner's 9 years older than him, so it's just one of them. Hi Paul mate, you will try and get Razor to send you a voice message. Sound mate, sound. Razor Rudder, what a character he is. But yeah, have a good night with him tonight mate. I know you're going to see him live, but yeah, I mean, it's just weird, isn't it? Now that top four is in our hands, it really is. It's swung, the pendulum swung so quickly, and now you'd have to say that we're favourites, because I'm not being funny. The wheels have fell off Newcastle really badly. I mean, their form's not just been a couple of games like Tottenham's. Theirs has been the last 10 games, and Tottenham. I mean, I don't think Conte will come back. I don't know whether he was on the touchline today or not, but since he's gone for this surgery, I reckon this surgery is probably a little bit of I reckon it's going to be an excuse for him to walk. So I think Tottenham are going to be the ones that we'll replace now in the top four. I still think Manchester United are within distance. I really do. And, if we beat Manchester United, I think, what was it, 7 points behind them, or something like that. I think it's 7. And it just goes to show how quickly things can change. And, just going on to the fans writing off a lot of our lads. I mean, anybody that's watched football Even Gary Neville, everybody slates him, but even he said there's no way you can be that bad after nearly winning a quadruple 6 months earlier. Not even 6 months, 4 or 5 months earlier when the rut started. And even Gary Neville never wrote us off the top four. And he's right, because form can happen, confidence can drop. You lose a couple of games here and there, you have a couple of bad games, and if you go on social media and you're a player, I mean, Jesus Christ, I mean, you get these idiots that support our club that think it's acceptable to put angry emojis when James Milner's getting a picture taken in training, like calling him useless twat, too old and need to go. I mean, these people, I wish to God you could just delete them from the club, because, I mean, even if a player does come to the end of his span, but if he's been such a loyal player and an amazing player and won you every trophy you can think of, you give him the respect he deserves. You don't just write them off like that. And it's like people sometimes give me grief for my response with Naby Keita, but Naby Keita was on the bench in the finals that we won, apart from the League Cup final. And the League Cup final he only played because Thiago got injured in the warm up. So Andy only played 9 games in the season we won the league. So I was looking at him from a point of view as he doesn't deserve to get the respect because he's not earned it. He spent 85% of his career on the treatment table. That's different. All right, Glenn, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Fabinho's first good game was Newcastle game. He used to be so important to us. Yeah. Newcastle was a game when he started to come back. My mate who went to the game that wasn't on telly, the Wolves game, said he was outstanding against Wolves as well. So I think he's starting. I think Klopp's come out as well, Glenn, and said that basically Fabinho's starting to look now back to his best, which is great. So it's one of them, innit? You know, obviously Manchester United, I'll get the butterflies in the morning. It's been a long while since I've had the butterflies, but them games, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, sorry. This is the thing with live videos. So so basically, as I'll go back to what I was saying there, there was a thing I was reading earlier as well with regards to Manchester United and Liverpool have never been on top at the same time, and I was actually thinking about that. And I'm 38, 39 actually on Tuesday. I got my card today off my mum. Look at this. Even though she said I shouldn't have opened it earlier. You're never too old, are you? You're never too old for Liverpool cards, eh? Yeah, she says it's bad luck for me to open cards early, but I didn't know it was a card. But I thought it was a bill, like half the things you get through the door these days. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going back to my life as a Liverpool fan. And it's true. Liverpool have never been on top at the same time as Man United. So, wouldn't it be great if that actually happened? Because I was thinking, and it got me thinking, the last time Liverpool played Manchester United in a final was the 2003 League Cup final that Michael Owen and I think Heskey scored the other one, didn't he? Or was it Risa? No, was it? No. It was a Steven Gerrard belter from about 40 yards along with Michael Owen. I'm sure it was. Just correct me if I'm wrong on that. Hi Ben, mate. Hope you well. Good evening. So, yeah, it was. 2003. So you're looking at 20 years ago. That's incredible. 2 clubs the size of Liverpool and Manchester United, and the last time we played each other in a final was 20 years ago. I mean, I think I'm right. I mean, I'm definitely right. It was the 2003 at the Millennium Stadium, wasn't it? So that's incredible. So if Manchester United are on the research now and Liverpool are going to start doing that as well, then basically, it's weird. I think for once we might see Liverpool and Manchester United fighting for trophies in the same decade, because obviously it's been like this. Man United didn't win it for like 20 odd years, and then Ferguson took over and won it all the time, and then Klopp sort of stopped that, whilst United have gone, straightly down the same path as Liverpool when they went 30 years without winning the league. So we've always had spells where it's United up there, Liverpool up there, United up there, Liverpool up there, and they've never been in sync. And it's like, you look at it like this now, you think, well, Newcastle are going to spend, but Newcastle actually can't spend. I was listening to TalkSport today, and it said that they can't go out and spend because of financial fair play. And do you know what it made me think? That actually proves that Manchester City have cheated from day one, because Newcastle are being held back by being able to spend massive amounts of money because of financial fair play. But that's because they're doing it right. That is because they are doing it right. So Manchester City obviously have just completely broke every rule going, and that's the reason why they've got so much success. But I don't know if you can remember, I went on TalkSport at the start of the season, and I was saying that Darwin Núñez is going to be an absolute world beater for Liverpool, and I stand by that. I actually think he will be, and I think he's been phenomenal the last few games, and he was so unlucky with his disallowed goal against Wolves. I also said something that's now proving true, that this is the most competitive and strong I have ever seen the Premier League in my whole 30 odd years of watching it. And I said that Liverpool and Manchester Manchester City will not get to the 90 odd points or 100 points, not again. Not with the league being this strong, and that they will lose. This is the exact words I used on TalkSport. Liverpool and Manchester City will lose a lot more games this season than they've done in previous seasons. I didn't expect Liverpool to be as bad, but my case in point has been proven true, which is, it is exactly that, and nobody's going to get to 90 odd points. Nobody's going to get to 100 points. Not a chance. So that's been true. So there's quite a few users online now, and more joining as we speak. So if there's any questions, fire them at me now, and I'll answer them as best I can. So just reading some of your comments out. Benches, evening Neil, some good results today. Yeah, great results. Today's result with Tottenham has now put Liverpool's top four chances in their own hands, because obviously we're 6 points behind Tottenham with a better goal difference. So basically, we win our 2 games in hand, we go fourth, which is unbelievable, isn't it? Who would have thought this 4 games ago? Who would have thought that we would be within 2 wins of going fourth? Unbelievable. Win tomorrow, we go fifth. So yeah, just reading some more comments. Nigel Hardy, how you doing? Good evening, mate. Hi, mate. Results went our way today. Hopefully a win tomorrow. Yeah, massive. Glenn Lewis, mad that FFP also affected Everton. Yeah, yeah, that is absolutely mad. Do you know, I fear for them. I really fear for them. I mean, people sort of gave them a bye for going to midweek to Arsenal, and just said, well, it's Arsenal, they're flying, they got beat 4-0. Bournemouth today went there and were 2-0 up and lost it in the 97th minute, right? Bournemouth can still go and put a performance up like that and nearly nick a win and nearly nick a draw. But what I'm saying to you is that is how bad Everton are. I fear for Everton. I think Everton are going down this season. I really do. And the reason why I think that is West Ham have been dragged back into it again today. We're losing, right? So they're going to be down there. Forest are playing Everton tomorrow at home, and yeah, honestly, I really do think if Forest beat Everton tomorrow, they are in the shit. I really do, because they're running out of time. They're running out of games. I think it's going to go to the last day of the season again, like it did last year when they stayed under Frank Lampard. But anyway, that's off subject. It's Liverpool versus Man United tomorrow. So let me just like these comments coming through. Enjoy your night tonight, Paul. I know you'll probably be heading off later to the Ruddock night. Alright, Scott, mate, hope you're well. How are you feeling, mate? You got any thoughts on the game tomorrow? Oh, mate, you've already beat me to it. You know me too well. You fancy Salah and Núñez to score tomorrow 2-0. Check this out, mate. That is exactly the score prediction that I have put tomorrow on my coupons. I've actually gone for Wrexham to win 3-1 tonight, and I've gone for Liverpool to win 2-0 tomorrow as a double. And I only put £1 on that, and it's I'll tell you, I've got it right in front of me now. It's like 275 to 1 or something like that. I've got it right in front of me. Let me just have a look. It's 155 to 1, sorry. So I've got Wrexham to win 3-1. They're playing right now. They'll think they're 1-0 up at the moment. And I've got Liverpool to win 2-0 tomorrow. Now, Liverpool to win 2-0 tomorrow is 12 to 1. So, I mean, that's 156 quid back. But Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? So yeah, so Nunes, I think, do you know what, that will kill them tomorrow if Nunes scores against them, because basically they wrote him off, you know, and they're licking people's, you know, arses like Weghorst and all that. But I do think we'll beat Man United tomorrow. I think they've had a lot of games in the last week, and Liverpool have had a nice. Well, when was our last game? Wednesday night, wasn't it? So we've had 4 days. So when did Manchester United play? They played Wednesday as well. But the thing is, Man United played Sunday in the League Cup final. That would have took a lot out of them. West Ham midweek. Obviously, Old Trafford's a big pitch as well. It's quite zapping on their legs. They've played a lot of games at Old Trafford as well recently. Barcelona as well. So I'm hoping that we'll be a lot more fresh and, you know, really. This is my starting 11. I tell you what, that's what we'll do. We'll go through my starting 11. So this is who I pick, and again, I'm going to stress the importance of the reason why I'm picking this. Alisson Becker in goal. Right back, James Milner. I'm going for James Milner just for this one game, because I think it will nullify Rashford, and it'll also just keep us nice and steady and tight. But I don't think that'll happen. I think Klopp will go for Trent, but I'm thinking in my head, just for that game, I would go James Milner right back. Or, I'll tell you where I would put Milner in a minute, but I would start Milner, and I'll tell you why. Right, anyway, alongside possibly Milner or Trent, but I'm going to go for Milner, is going to be Konate and Virgil. Alright, you could say Matip and Virgil are now starting to keep clean sheets. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you probably would go for Matip and keep Konate fresh, but he's got to start at some point, because Konate is a fabulous defender. So I would go for Konate, and I'd go for Virgil. Left back Robertson, he should be nice and fresh. He was rested against Wolves. Midfield 3, I'd go for, if Milner doesn't play right back, I'd have an experienced midfield in there. I would have Milner, Hendo and Fabinho. Just for this one game, I just think all their experience in there will be great. Alright, you could say we need a bit of legs in there, so you'd play Bajcetic. So either one of the one, I'd play Bajcetic, Hendo and Milner, but Fabinho's playing well. So it's great to have these options, that's what I like. My front 3, I'd go for Salah, Jota and Nunes. That would be my front 3. I was thinking there of Gakpo, but yeah, I fancy Nunes anyway. And Nunes is on a bit of a scoring run at the moment anyway, so Nunes would have to start left side attack, down the middle Jota, and Salah down the right. That's what I'd go for. Or Cody Gakpo could start. And tell you what, for this one game, actually, I'm going to change that. Cody Gakpo down the left-hand side, straight down the middle, Darwin Nunes, and Salah right, attacking forward. So this is my 11. Milner right back, Konate, Virgil, Robertson, Bajcetic, Hendo, Fabinho, Salah, Nunes, Gakpo. That's what I'd go for. That would be my starting 11. Right, so let's read some more comments. See, Scott says he fancies Salah and Nunes to score tomorrow in a 2-0 Liverpool win. Sam Edwards, how you doing, pal? We will beat United tomorrow. That's exactly what we want, mate. Anyway, it's what we want. And Scott Williams again. Nunes is going to be a nightmare tomorrow. Just hope he keeps his head. Can see him being a mark tomorrow. Yeah. Do you know what? I've got a feeling he'll do a Luis Suarez. Suarez was brilliant in his first game against Manchester United at Anfield, and you know, I just think he's going to get better and better, Darwin Nunes. So, any more questions whilst we're all live? Predictions. Get your predictions on as well. Obviously, Scott's already done his. But yeah, so basically, yeah, there's not much really more I can say about the game, other than the fact is what I'll do is tomorrow, because it's such a big game, I'm going to go live an hour before not the kickoff. I'm going to go live an hour before the actual build-up starts, because I'd like us all to get, because we'll all be nervous, we'll all be sort of chomping at the bit, and it'd be nice to get basically our thoughts and feelings on the pre-match thoughts. 2-0 as well, Sam. Well done. That's 3 of us going for 2-0 now. So that would be a great result, because it'd be a great result because not only do we win, which is the most important thing, but it would keep the clean sheet record going to 5 games, and that's 5 without conceding. You keep winning games. you just never know. And then obviously we've got Real Madrid in a week as well, and that'd be unbelievable. Imagine if we go 1 or 2-0 up, then it'd be a squeaky bum time. We'll be really, really thinking that another Barcelona could happen. Anyway, I hope you have a great night. I know you're off out tonight, ain't you, Scott? Enjoy your night out with your missus, mate. And thanks for joining me. And like I say, we'll do more tomorrow. Obviously, I'll do team lineups when they're coming in, and I'll actually put up my my 11 in a minute so you can see it, so we can look back on that tomorrow. But have a great Saturday night, everybody. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you all tomorrow. You'll never walk alone.